Hello, this is Chad Middleton, your vocational expert. And I wanted to come on today just to remind you guys that are considering applying for TDIU benefits with the VA to put in your intent to file. All right. Your intent to file starts your clock so that when you finally submit your claim for TDIU with a vocational evaluation report, the VA would backdate your claim all the way to the date in which you intended to file. All right? Let's say that again. Go ahead and put in your intent to file for TDIU benefits. You're going to thank me later. But by the time you complete your vocational evaluation report, you then put in a claim for TDIU. You submit your vocational evaluation report when they ask for your evidence. And when your claim is approved, they will backdate your benefits all the way to the date in which you intended to file. Okay? Thank me later. All right? Now, as far as vocational consultations are concerned, I am still taking appointments for consultations. All right? Go ahead and call my office and set up a consultation with me. If you need to know information that you're going to need for this consultation, I will tell you during the consultation. There's no paperwork that's required for the consultation. However, you will need to complete an intake form. All right? The intake form gives us information about you. Also, the second part of our evaluation is an assessment. During the assessment, I will need evidence, documentation, medical records of your claim of being disabled. Okay? For instance, I will need your award letters. I will need your DBQs. You may ask, what is DBQs? I'll tell you later, or I'll tell you during your consultation. You will need your DBQs. You will need your award letters. You will need your resume, an active list of your service-connected disabilities, and you need some medical records, some treatment of your disabilities. A lot of times I like to tell vets that you can't say you have a problem if you don't have evidence to support the problem that you're having, all right? For instance, if you're having a toothache, you're going to go to the dentist, all right? You're having a headache, you're going to go to the doctor. You're going to be taking medication. So if you're disabled, there has to be some medical record of you being treated for your condition. If you have bad feet, you have bad knees, you have bad back, they prescribe the brace, they prescribe shoe insoles. If you have problems with sleeping, they are going to prescribe a CPAP machine. These things are documented in your medical record. So I need to have a history of your medical records. No vocational expert can determine your limitations without considering your medical records. So please be prepared by sharing your medical records. You can go to your My Healthy Vet portal and you could extract information from there to send to us during the vocational assessment status or the vocational assessment part of our evaluation. All right. So first and foremost, we want to have a vocational consultation. That is a virtual consultation where you will be on the schedule to meet with me to discuss your claim for TDIU benefits. Secondly, the vocational assessment where we're going to gather your medical records. I have a number of veterans that sends me medical records on a daily for me to review. In those records, I review what are the doctors saying? Is your condition improving? Is your condition getting worse? Are they giving you more medication? Do they feel like you're capable of working? What are your functional limitations? And that information, plus the consultations information that you share, is going to go into the report to support your inability to work. Okay? So go ahead, call our office. Number is 803-563-5087. Call our office, set a consultation appointment with me. All right? I am still doing this work daily. So set up a consultation. We'll put you on the schedule. And while you're waiting for your appointment, you can also start requesting your DBQs. Your DBQ is this. It's a disability benefits questionnaire. The VA, when they set up your CMP exam, will assign you to a medical examiner, and that medical examiner will be asking you questions on a questionnaire form, a disability benefits questionnaire, to assess your level of severity of your conditions. That information is going to be shared with the VA regional office, the CMP department, and they're going to determine whether or not they're going to approve, deny your claim, or rate your claim of severity and give you an award letter. That award letter or that denial letter will tell you why they awarded you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% disabled. Okay, so that DBQ is something that's considered medical records that we can use to support your vocational evaluation. In that letter, in that DBQ, they talk about your functional limitations. Now, they don't give you a copy of this DBQ just because it's your record. You have to request it through a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. FOIA requests to the VA for this DBQ is definitely helpful. So if you're listening to this video and you're planning on scheduling a consultation with me, go ahead and do a FOIA request. FOIA, F-O-I-A, Freedom of Information Act. Go ahead and do a FOIA request and request your DBQs. It strengthens your case for TDIU. A lot of information is shared in that DBQ that supports you getting TDIU, but they don't share it with you unless you ask for it. All right. So you can either ask for your C file and get all of that information that the VA has for you, or you can just solely request your DBQs from your C file. Okay. It's going to take some time. I'm hearing veterans tell me it takes 4 to 6 months to get your DBQs, but inquire about it. But most importantly, set up that appointment to meet with me. All right. I got veterans that sending me medical documentation all the time, hard copies as well as electronic copies. When I get that medical documentation, I'm looking through it and I'm trying to determine what in this is useful for your vocational evaluation. Just an example, I had a veteran send me some medical documentation about his limitations. He said during his consultation that he cannot do this, he cannot do that, he's having issues. But looking through his medical records, they feel that he's doing well. He's exercising regularly. He's actually having no complaints of the disabling condition that he's sharing with me. So there's a conflict, right? So when I do my vocational evaluation report and I hear what he says during the consultation, but when I look in his medical records, it says that he's doing well, he's doing better, he's responding to treatment, he's responding to medication, he's not having any limitations. It's hard. It's going to be difficult for me to identify limitations when the doctors may not share that same sentiment. Okay? So, just for your information, and I want us to understand what TDIU is, it is your claim that you're unable to work. And just because you have a good day doesn't mean that you're capable of working. I understand that, but your medical record should be consistent with the problems that you're saying you're having on a regular basis. All right? I'm Chaddrick Middleton, your vocational expert. I do this for a living. All right? And when a certified rehabilitation counselor, vocational expert, who also works with Social Security says that there are no jobs that you could perform, someone that doesn't have the same credibility and education and experience cannot refute that information. Okay? Doctors don't like talking about your potential for work. They don't like it. They don't like it because they're trained to treat conditions. They're not trained to determine whether you're qualified to work or not. So that's why I come into a vocational expert, gives you what you need in order to get this benefit from the VA. Now, let me say this finally. I'm not going to say that you're unable to work just for money. I'm not. I'm a certified vocational expert. I've been doing this for over 20 years. And this is not paid service that's going to say what you want to say for a benefit. No, this is a professional process that we go through to see if everything lines up to help you with your claim. And if we feel like we cannot help you, you will not have to pay for a vocational evaluation report. I wouldn't want you to pay for a report that's not going to say what you want it to say. So if there's anything in the report or anything in my research or my review of your medical records that doesn't support a favorable TDIU evaluation report, we will call you up and let you know, ma'am, sir, we don't have enough information, but we do suggest that you go to an orthopedic doctor, that you go to a neurologist, you go to a cardio person, you go to a mental health specialist and build your claim or to get more evidence to support what you're saying. Hopefully this makes sense. I didn't plan for this video to be as long, but I know I haven't put in another video out in a couple of weeks. So I wanted to come back out and let you know that we are taking appointments, all right, for vocational consultations. And while you're waiting, go ahead and start requesting your medical records, okay? God bless you. Thank you for checking us out. Call us at 803-563-5087. Check us out on the web at www.vcandvc.com. We're Vision Counseling and Vocational Consulting. All right. God bless you. Hope to see you soon in a vocational consultation. Until then, be blessed.